Hello everyone, Sarcastic Prophet here. So, as you can tell, I'm doing another video where I'm talking the whole time. So, this time I'm doing something different. I'm doing more of a top 10 idea thing, at least in that kind of format for Dead by Daylight ideas / chapters. And I'm finding it really hard to sort of put some talking content or commentary, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it commentary. Commentary videos on the main channel, which is Sarcastic Prophet, and my second on Blast Can't Speak. It's hard to differentiate the two. Maybe one day I'll end up combining the two, but it's already too late now. I mean, I have a metallic iceberg on my second channel, and it's blowing up for some reason, which it's already been a year since it came out. Anyway, you're not here to hear that. You're not here to hear me ramble on about my channels and my personal drama. You're here because of the title of the video, whatever I end up naming it. So the running theme for this video is top 10 most niche / unpopular, I guess would be the word, unpopular chapter ideas for Dead by Daylight. So these are chapters that you don't see many people really asking for, and if you do hear it mentioned, it's like for a small minority. So that's why I mean niche. That's why I use the word niche. Hopefully I put it in the title. Anyway, let's get right to it. So at number 10, we have Jurassic Park / Jurassic World. So this could be a pretty cool idea. I mean, I've already seen some concepts, not like a full in-depth concept of in-game models and stuff, but I've seen some concepts about a Velociraptor being added as a killer. And on one hand, that would be kind of cool, but on the other hand, it wouldn't really make sense. But neither did the alien, and they were able to make the alien work. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the entity brainwashes a Velociraptor? No, I don't know. And the reason why I say Jurassic World is because my idea is what if they put like some type of genetically modified, super intelligent dinosaur? Like a dinosaur specifically meant to hunt people in the entity's realm. And actually, the more I think about it, to do that, it doesn't even necessarily need to be Jurassic World or Jurassic Park. Dead by Daylight could just run with its own idea, but I know there's a few people out there that would like to see a dinosaur in the game, and I'm one of them, I guess. At number 9, I have one of my favorite video game franchises of all time, Postal. Now, not only is it one of my favorites, it's very, very controversial and highly offensive. Whether you play the first game or the second game, you're pretty much screwed either way. So Postal. This Postal, oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm doing this unscripted, if you can't tell. The whole idea of Postal being in Dead by Daylight is what started me to write this little video, because I've seen a lot of concepts for Postal guy. There's even some clips. I think I've seen one on Twitter where it was like somebody put together a Mori for the Postal dude if he was in Dead by Daylight.
Would you please sign my petition?
No way, you fucking lunatic!
And I'm gonna leave a link to it. If I don't show it in the video, I'll also have a link to it in the description. And pretty much it's simple. Either have the Postal dude from either part 1 or part 2 as the killer, and done. It would be awesome. It'd be dope. Or even I heard of another idea where they have Postal 1, the dude from Postal 1 as the killer, and the dude from Postal 2, which is the son, sort of, as the survivor, which works either way. I think it'd be a cool idea, especially because Postal, I've been playing through the first game, the Redux and the original, and that game is messed up. It's scary, and it makes you feel like bad for playing it. And I feel like if they did a Postal chapter justice, they could really bring back the horror into Dead by Daylight, because Dead by Daylight's just missing that eeriness, that ugliness of the horror. Because really, it's just, I don't mind science fiction because like aliens are my favorite things ever, but it needs more like oomph to it, like more. I don't know how to explain it. Just Dead by Daylight is not really scary no more. The word I'm actually looking for is grittiness. I want more raw grit in Dead by Daylight. just like it is in the horror movies, just like it is in every other horror media. It makes you feel ugly. It makes you just. It's not meant to be like empowering. It's not meant to. It's. I want more Eden Lake type horror. I want more just. Excuse my French. I just want more. You know. Number 8. So this one I already made a concept for, which I already got a few smart ass comments. But pretty much it's the boys. You know, Homelander is a killer, and whoever is a survivor. Well, it could be Butcher, it could be Huey, it could be any one of the actual boys members. But basically, Homelander is the killer. That's what most people decide on. So not only did I create a concept for it, which is what sparked its entry to be in here, but I also seen a few other people that would like to see the boys as a chapter, which is probably an extremely small minority now. I think, because I think I've only seen like 2 other comments that are like, that would be a good idea, because like, I don't know, yeah, I can see why it doesn't fit, but Homelander isn't Superman. He's not strong like Superman. In fact, he's the weakest evil Superman, but he's scary, and that's what makes him interesting. That's what makes him cool. So yeah. At number 7, I have Goosebumps. So Goosebumps is well, if you have to know, I mean, come on. It's basically little kid horror books that was later turned into a show, which wasn't very good. It was very cheesy, but there were some good episodes. So basically, yeah, it's created by R.L. Stine. There's a lot of monsters to choose from. So really, when I say Goosebumps, the only monsters, I mean all of the monsters, it's kind of hard to choose. So my cousin actually helped me come up with this idea, and he wanted to see the mud monsters from the book You Can't Scare Me, I think it's called. He wanted the mud monsters, which I thought would be pretty good, because I think even in the TV episode, a kid actually dies in the show. So yeah, it's pretty dark. Anyway, I feel like the Goosebumps monsters would be better as like legendary skins or ultra rare skins for the characters, but even then, it would be cool to see a collaboration between Goosebumps and Dead by Daylight, since I'm pretty nostalgic for Goosebumps, and I'm sure other people are too. They just forgot. At number 6, I have one of my weirder choices. I chose Halo. Now, Halo is far from being a horror game, but when I tell you that the one mission in Halo 1 where you go against the Flood, that I wasn't pissing my pants, dude, the Flood would be such a cool killer to have. Like, maybe have like, maybe that's the way we could have the Thing, or at least the closest thing to the Thing from the movie The Thing, is the Flood. Maybe it could be like this monster, or like a brute or an elite that's infected by the Flood, and the little Flood, the little hatchling guys, they like attach to the survivors and slow them down. Like they get placed in puddles like traps, and they just swarm. Can you imagine getting swarmed by the Flood in Dead by Daylight? Because it was horrifying in Halo. So yeah, Halo is far from being a horror series, but like either having an elite with the energy sword, because elites have a lot of customization items, and I love the elites, and or oh my god, I'm so sorry, or the Flood, which would be amazing too. You know, either one. But that's a license that nobody thinks about, because it's an action shooter. That's what people think of it, and it is. But there's some good ideas and concepts in there. And before you say, oh, but Halo was a Xbox exclusive, would they even give the right? Yeah. Fortnite has Master Chief, so you could be on PlayStation and play as Master Chief. Master Chief is a Rainbow Six, so you can play as, like, there's the exclusivity, the console exclusivity doesn't matter. You could play as a Halo character anyway, which leads me into my next idea. At number 5, I chose Gears of War. Gears of War is probably it's like my second favorite franchise of all time. My first being Mortal Kombat, which would be another good idea. But anyway, Gears of War. Now, Gears of War is another shooter just like Halo, except it's third person instead of first. And I already have a killer idea. I don't know if I put General Rom in my other videos, my killer wish lists, but I would love for him to be a killer. He has the giant blade that he stabs Kim in Gears. So he has a weapon. He uses the krill to attack people, so he has a power. And he already has a Mori. He picks you up and he stabs you. Maybe the survivor could spit on his face, so then he twists the blade and throws him down. Dude, that would be so dope to have General Rom in the game. And maybe as a survivor, I don't know, Dom, Kim, Marcus. It could literally be anyone, but it's hard because all the characters are like muscular, like superheroes basically. So it'd be kind of hard to get a survivor. So if we just get General Rom, that's fine too, because General Rom was in Killer Instinct, which really surprised me, but he was really cool there. So I would love to see a Gears chapter. I think that would be super duper cool, because like I said, Gears is like my second favorite franchise of all time, even if the newer games aren't as good. At number 4, I have Manhunt. So Manhunt is a game I'm somewhat unfamiliar with. All I know of it is you play as a guy named, I think his name is James Earl Cash. You're on death row, and you're going to be executed until you get kidnapped by some guy called the Director, and he forces you to kill like other crazy people to be recorded on a snuff film to be sold. So basically the game judges on how you do and how you kill people and how torturous and brutal you kill the other person. And it's another highly controversial game, just like Postal, but that's what makes it scary, because the first game, Manhunt, is really weird and really dark. Especially the final boss, where you fight some pig monster guy. I don't know his name. Like I said, I'm unfamiliar, but I thought it would be a fantastic idea. Maybe have James Earl Catch as a survivor, or you could just try to be a killer too, and have the pig guy as the killer. Simple as that. But Manhunt is another good choice. At number 3, we have The Mist. So The Mist is originally like a novella written by Stephen King, which was later adapted into a movie starring the Punisher. And I fell in love with this movie the first time I seen it, and I still go back and watch it like every Halloween. It's such a good, harrowing, brutal movie to sit through, and it's fantastic. One of my favorites. And so I would like to see The Mist represented into Dead by Daylight, but it's hard because there's not really a specific killer. You know, maybe maybe they can make up their own killer, like I suggested they do for the dinosaur one, or just add Thomas Jane, the Punisher, as a survivor, and add the Mist as the map, because the map in the grocery store surrounded by mist, that would be crazy, because I feel like they need more maps where they have different conditions. So like one map's hard to see, one map's really dark, one map's super bright. They should have more conditions like that, instead of a lot of maps having the same lighting, or a handful of maps being extremely darker than the rest, you know. So maybe have one that's like constantly heavy rain, like in Left 4 Dead, or have one that's mist, like what we're talking about, the Mist. So I would really like to see the map of the grocery store and Thomas Jane as a survivor. But as a killer, I feel like they could just work something. They can make something up. They're like, maybe have Dead by Daylight's take on a creature from the Mist. That would be really cool. At number 2, we have Faith, the Unholy Trinity. Now, I watched a video from Wendigoon about this game, and I really gotta buy it and play it for myself, because it's kind of hard to understand the overall story, but all you need to know is that you play as an exorcist. His name is John, I think. I know that's pretty basic, but I probably have it wrong. I'm not too sure. I'll double check while I'm editing. And he's going back to a house where a failed exorcism happened. And while he's going to the house, he's hunted down by some monster in the woods, and that's only like the very first chapter of the game. And just with that premise alone could be perfect for a Dead by Daylight chapter. The exorcist as the survivor, have that demonic stick monster as the killer. Maybe that could be finally the closest thing we have to the rake, because the hag, I'm sorry, I can't play her, I don't know how to. And have the surrounding woods and that family's house as the map. But of course, like I haven't said it, but I'm going to say it now, I'm still a tad bit unfamiliar with the names and locations, but I know the imagery, and I know that it's pretty creepy and messed up. That's why I say I gotta play it for myself. So I still think the Faith, the Unholy Trinity, would make a good chapter. At number 1, I chose The Crossed. Now, The Crossed is an extreme, probably the most extreme comic book ever written. The Crossed is a zombie series written by Garth Ennis, at least in the first few issues. So it's a zombie series where the virus is, it leads to a cross-shaped rash upon the infected's face, and it basically brings out all the ugly that they hold inside. So that leads to the Crossed murdering, mutilating, and I don't know if I can say this, I'll probably censor it, raping anything they can find. Animals, people, men, women, children. It is ugly, and it is brutal, and it shows what man is capable of, really. And before you say, how would that even work? Would that even be in Dead by Daylight? Dude, I already suggested Manhunt and Postal, right? What's another messed up idea? So the Crossed wouldn't really, I don't know, it'd be kind of hard to find a killer. They could really just pick some random dude, maybe even create their own, or better yet, make more legendary cosmetics. I say for maybe like the Legion, because I feel like the Legion could be straight ripped out of the Crossed. Maybe add a few other weird looking skins I think could work really well. Because the Crossed, not only are they just people with rashes on their face, sometimes they wear parts of other people, whether they be arms, legs, genitalia. It's really it's really messed up. I'll be showing some images on the video. Oh god, voice crack. On the video, but I don't know how in depth I'm gonna go because I'm gonna have to censor a lot of it. Look for covers that aren't all that brutal. And yeah, that was my final pick. All right, tell me in the comments, comment section, of course, what chapters or collaborations you would like to see in the future of Dead by Daylight. No matter if they're popular, such as I want to see another Hellraiser chapter, Predator chapter. You know, that's cool, that's fine. I like hearing those ideas too. But also give me the ones that you don't really expect to be there, such as, I don't know, one of Junji Ito's, I don't know if I butchered his name or not, but one of his monsters from his manga, because I remember I included, I think, the model, the supermodel, in one of my wish lists before. So just give me like a weird collaboration you never expect. Maybe even when I was thinking of recording was The Undertaker from WWE. I don't know how that would work, but it'd be pretty damn cool. So yeah, give me your chapter ideas. No matter if you think they're bad, no matter if you think they would not make sense at all. Just give me an idea and a few sentences, maybe just one sentence explaining why you would think, or just say, I would love to see this collaboration. Just any ideas, any conversation. That's usually what I make these videos for. These ones where where I commentate, I usually make them just for discussion, which is what my second channel is supposed to be for. But I keep uploading on this channel. It's really hard. It's really like I said at the beginning. So if you like the video, like, please. It's always appreciated. Comment, because I really want to start a discussion. And if you think I'm alright, I'm a decent kind of guy, then subscribe. That would be kind of cool, you know. I'm not forcing you to do anything. It's free. It's there. You don't have to. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. See you later.